Rise and shine. This is Good Day Tampa Bay.
All right, so a killer, a suspected kidnapper, and O.J. Simpson. 3 big legal cases topping the headlines this week. And joining us this morning to give us a quick recap, we have Assistant State Attorney Felix Vega with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Kristen.
All right, so let's start with the Jodi Arias case. She's been convicted of murdering her boyfriend, and now the sentencing phase is going on. Prosecutors looking for the death penalty, but this isn't the same process as it is here in Florida, right?
Correct. And in Florida, what the process is once the jury comes back and they convict someone of first-degree murder, they automatically go into the penalty phase. In Arizona, it's a little different. They have another phase in there that's called a aggravation phase. When you take a look at some of the phases that they have to go through, first you have the verdict, which the jury already did last week. Then you go into the aggravation phase, which they do is the jury takes a vote. If they don't find that the state has proven at least one aggravator, that's it. They're done. The jury's dismissed, and sentencing is left up to the judge. They cleared that hurdle early this week, so now they've heard all the victim impact evidence from Travis Alexander's brother, his family, his friends. Now on Monday, we probably are going to hear from Jodi Arias again in the mitigation phase, which is the defense's chance to argue for life as opposed to death.
Now, the other interesting wrinkle to this case is an interview that Jodi Arias gave to our Fox affiliate in Phoenix right after she was convicted. She said that she would rather die than spend her life in prison. So will the jury see that interview, and what impact would that have if they do?
Well, it was extraordinary that she was even able to give the interview to Fox 10, and we have a little piece of sound I want to play for you because it really impacts whether or not the jury is going to even see this bit of sound or video, because they were ordered not to look at any media coverage or listen to any media coverage. Take a look at what she had to say.
I believe death is the ultimate freedom, so I'd rather just have my freedom as soon as I can get it.
So it's pretty impactful that you see that interview that she gave, and whether or not, like I said, prosecutors may not play that for the jury because they want to focus on the actual evidence that they have, which is overwhelming at this point. And also, they don't want to let her manipulate the jury and say, well, does she really want life? Does she really want death? Because she played these games all throughout the trial. The jury really saw through her machinations, if you will, when they were questioning her all those weeks ago already.
You know, that's an interesting one, the whole Jodi Arias saga, and
there were so many twists and turns to it. It's really extraordinary to watch that trial, and especially over 4 months that it unfolded.
Now, another trial that's been making national headlines, O.J. Simpson, here we go again.
Back in the news again.
He's trying to get a new trial. What's the latest there?
He is arguing that his counsel was ineffective, and this is a unique part of the legal process that we really never get to see, because he's gone through the appeals process. They were all denied. Now he's going back and attacking his attorney, Yale Galanter, saying that he did not represent me properly. There's a lot of cross claims that are going on in this case. One of the main ones is that O.J. didn't know about a plea offer that was supposedly made. His attorney explained that yesterday, that O.J. wanted probation. The prosecutors were going to ask for prison. So O.J. said, no deal, I want to go to trial. So they're going back and forth, and really comes down to a credibility argument between O.J. Simpson, what's his interest? Obviously, he wants freedom and a new trial, and what Yale Galanter did in representing him. So it's really interesting. They've completed this process of the evidentiary portion. Now it's up to a judge to decide.
Oh, boy. Now, we have to talk about Cleveland. I mean, that just
a lot going on there as well.
Case out of Cleveland. Ariel Castro, the man who's been arrested for abducting and holding these women captive for a decade or more. What's the latest with that case?
I mean, it's a real horror story, and what they've done, the original complaint was filed this week, and it lists out all the kidnapping and sexual abuse charges against Ariel Castro. What prosecutors are now going to attempt to do is find some sort of murder or manslaughter charge for all the children that supposedly, one of the young women, Michelle Knight, was impregnated and was forced to miscarry all of those children. Whether or not they can medically prove that fact alone, as opposed to just her testimony, that's what's going to be the key as to whether or not they can charge him with murder and go after the death penalty. I think they should be able to find some medical evidence based on her examinations, and then maybe file at least 1 or 2 charges so they can get the death penalty. At least right now he's facing life. His attorneys are already out front saying that he pled not guilty. That's standard. But then they're putting putting this interesting kind of creepy spin on it that he loves his daughter, that he bared with Amanda Berry, and also that he's innocent of the charges. And it really contradicts what the police are telling the media, is that he gave a full confession as to everything that happened over the 10 years. So this is going to be one that's definitely going to play out in the media, and a lot of interesting issues are going to come out of this as well.
Just so disturbing.
Very disturbing.
Yeah. All right. Well,
busy week, though.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thanks, Kristen. I appreciate it.
We'll see you next time. Still ahead, it's expected to be the biggest novel.